Hey peeps, it's Tripl-L, and today I'm here to bring you Bleach Chapter 679. I think that's a chapter. Sorry, I kind of forgot. I had a brain fart. Anyway, Bleach Chapter 679, my impressions, my thoughts, and we're not doing it top moment style because this chapter is effectively one giant build-up. I am almost certain, 70%, that next chapter we're going to have the fathers coming in to save Ichigo and Uryu. Because this chapter is effectively, ramping up the despair. It's really ramping up everything that's about, just the climax. It's ramping up to a very sad climax unless the fathers get involved. Because with Uryu, we have his power pretty much being negated or pretty much being brought down. So that's the despair that Uryu's getting. While with Ichigo, we're just getting the despair of Juha or Ywach, whatever you want to call him, just saying, I can do whatever I want and you can't do anything because I'll just change fate. And actually, it's really interesting how Ywach calls his power, how he describes the ability to change fate. Like he says that both Ichigo or Orihime have the power to change the instance right in front of them. Like they also change fate. It's just that Ywach's power is just more far-reaching. He can just change fate in a much more broader sense, or much more far ahead than the other two characters can. And it's just interesting how he effectively talks up his power. And then on the power standpoint, actually all the powers were very interesting this chapter. We found about Uryu's antithesis. Now that's pretty interesting, and I think antithesis is actually something that's totally relevant with Uryu. It's something that kind of goes with his scholarly nature. So seeing antithesis happen, it's very interesting, but it's a pretty bad matchup against Hashwell's balance, because he can redirect or balance out the damage towards his shield, and then his shield seems to have the power to redirect it back at Uryu. So even if Uryu gets damaged and he uses antithesis, it's just going to get reflected back at him anyway. But Hashwell does make the... I guess he alludes to the fact that Uryu's antithesis could actually stand up to Almighty. And that's very interesting. I think that's appropriate. I think it's appropriate that Uryu has been told that he has enough stake in this fight that he could help Ichigo with the final boss. But at the end of the day, it seems Ichigo and Uryu do have a parallel being drawn to them while they're also having their struggles. It's that they both kind of have their power from Juha. And Juha really kind of makes mention of this when he says that he's going to take away Ichigo's power or retrieve what was rightfully his. And that's very interesting because it does establish the relationship between Uryu and Ichigo in that they have borrowed power from Ywach. So I think overall I like the parallels being drawn in this chapter, and I really like this chapter in all honesty. The despair that's ramping up with Juha just attacking Ichigo and Orihime. We see Orihime is down in this chapter. Just the despair that he's piling on, and then the despair that Hashwell's piling on because Uryu actually tries to run away from him at one moment and he just can't. Because these two characters are put at the death line at this point, I really do think that the fathers are going to come in, because that's the only way I can see them getting out of this situation, both of them. And in that regard, that's why I think this chapter is just a giant build-up chapter. It'll be pretty interesting to see what actually happens next week. I'm very excited. Otherwise, this is a very simple chapter. It's just really talking about powers, telling the heroes why they can't win. Overall, I like it. I really like it. Anyway, peeps, that's pretty much it for me. Those are my general impressions on the Bleach chapter. If you liked anything I had to say, leave a comment down below, like the video, or whatever you want to do. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Anyway, peeps, till next time, have a good day.